Hey Cub, so it's been a bit of a hectic week, which has put back both projects that I had planned for this week. So I decided we'd just do a chill video. So let's get going. So I decided I'd do some more character designs. These guys I've actually had floating around in my head for probably a month, at least since Jazza and his team did the live stream for the mural on Insert Art. And whilst I was watching it, I was thinking, what would I have asked to go on the wall? And the idea for an 80s punk rock teddy bear came to mind. And after that, I just then started thinking about the other styles of punk, steampunk and cyberpunk, and thought it would be quite fun to do a set of triplets, one for each punk theme, and that's exactly what we're doing here. I got the references up for their outfits. This took a little bit of doing. Again, clothes aren't something I'm great at. I'm trying my best. Trying to get better. And the more I do stuff, I know the better I will get. And yeah, for these I use patches for the initial reference of the bears, but because on his style, his eyes are quite close together, and using masks, glasses, goggles for these guys, they just didn't look right. So that's why Cookie has joined us. He's also acting as reference. These were a lot of fun to design, I'm not gonna lie. It took me a few goes to think of names for them. I had sort of their basic ideas. I'd have the steampunk boy as sort of the eldest and the one in charge. He could, wrangle the others in, keep them in check when needed, but just as equally could cause trouble if he wanted to. He ended up being called Sprocket. The next oldest is the cyberpunk girl, whose name ended up being Neon. She's the tech savvy one, anything to do with computers, she knows what she's doing. Definitely the smarter of the three. And finally, the youngest would be the 80s/90s punk rock boy called Crash. And he's the big troublemaker of the trio. But yeah, he's not always causing trouble, just he tends to do it more than the other two. But yeah, these were definitely a lot of fun to create various references for various different aspects of their outfits. Now for two of them, they've got boots and trousers, and I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with that on the final designs. Simply because, they've got long baggy trousers that actually cover the boots, and they're not the kind of trousers that would tuck into the boots, so I'm not sure. When I actually come to making these guys, I'll have another think, see what looks best. I might just do the boots anyway, just for the fun of it, so I've got an idea how I'm going to do that. But yeah, they're definitely different, and I'm really happy with how they've ended up looking. After doing the initial design of the bears, I wanted to do the outfits again, just giving them a bit more detail, try and get some more distinction, because of the way I draw things. It just definitely needed practice, make them look more like what they're supposed to, because anything that I'm not that can't speak today, not that good at, still has kind of childish artistic vibes, but like I said, I'm working on it. Now, these boots looked amazing. Clearly they're glow in the dark. I want some, but never mind. That's neither here nor there. Yeah, they'd definitely be fun to make. for Neon's mask, this was the sort of reference I used initially, but as you see in a minute, I actually look at Boba Fett's helmet for more inspiration. I'm not sure which I prefer actually, because I used the Boba Fett on the final piece of art. Again, something I'll have a look at when I come to actually make these guys and just see what I end up with, see which looks best. Just like that, the British weather has changed. It's gone from a gloriously sunny day to a cold, wet and miserable one. It really didn't take long at all. Which is a shame, because I was looking forward to just staying in my t-shirt. But hey ho, that's England for you. Yeah, so just finishing off the outfits here. Sprocket's the only one that doesn't have trousers. I decided to give him a waistcoat instead. Again, that's something that may change when I make them, but I also really like this neck piece. Again, something when it comes to making them, I'll sort of put a bit more of a unique spin on it, something that's more my style. And then this is the final piece of artwork. Now the pose I chose for the trio, I should have really referenced because I kind of lost where I was going with it. You'll see what I mean when it's complete. But I'm still happy with how it's turned out. Yeah, and I really like these guys and can't wait to actually make them. I'm going to stay quiet and you guys can just enjoy the rest of the process. And I'll see you cubs next time.